Hi everybody, Josh Ford here, running for the U.S. Senate and Congress in the 2018 election against Elizabeth Warren. Been following a lot of what's been going on online, wanted to keep you guys all up to date. Unfortunately, we've been seeing some very dark days recently here in this country. In the last 6 weeks alone, Hillary Clinton has claimed the lives of 5 people, including the lead attorney against the DNC fraud case, who was found dead asleep on his bathroom floor. If you can figure out how he was sleeping on his bathroom floor and somehow died peacefully in his sleep, you're smarter than I am. We've also lost the former UN president has been killed. He had his throat crushed by a weight. It's not something that usually happens at the gym. I've been to the gym a lot. I go to the gym a lot. I work out. I'm sure many of you go to the gym and work out from time to time. People don't usually crush their windpipes working out. Just saying. This puts Hillary's death toll. Let's not forget Steve Rich, the poor kid who, low-level person who probably saw something that he shouldn't have at the DNC. Maybe he was elite. Maybe he was just doing the right thing or the right person at the wrong time somewhere, and Hillary had him killed as well. It seems that you're not a big-time official in the U.S. government unless you have your own assassination team, like Hillary and Karl Roves. If you ask me how Karl Roves is involved, let me tell you. I've been following the attorney, Cliff Arnebeck. He is the attorney that's suing for the election fraud. He's also sent letters. Maybe you've seen them. The Cliff Arnebeck letter. You can find it on Facebook. Just search Cliff Arnebeck letter. I've read several of his letters now, including something he spoke with a reporter. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. There's a lot to cover, really, in all of his work. So please bear with me a little bit. Basically, he goes into saying that he's aware that Karl Rove had one of his men, Mikey Cunningham, who's used some new technology designed by Buck Ribel, R-I-B-E-L, who wrote the software to rig this current primary. Karl Rove also has his own assassination squad and has been taking out witnesses of Cliff Arnebeck. Several of the people that Cliff has been working with have also died under mysterious circumstances. It's tough to even contemplate that people in our government are killing American citizens and that they are covering up such widespread election fraud. And as Cliff goes into, it's only the tip of the iceberg. It would seem that much of what's going on in Washington is everywhere. We really have lost our president, our Congress, our state representatives, the DNC, the RNC. I think they tried to tell us that there might be a few bad apples, but as another reporter I saw today reported, they spoiled a whole bunch. And we have to remove our entire Congress, our state representatives, our RNC party, the DNC party. They're all utterly corrupt. They're all bribery for hire, and they are killing American citizens. Just reading the Cliff Arnebeck letter that he sent to the president and to several others, goes into talking about how Vice President Biden's son was killed possibly by Karl Rove to keep him in line. President Obama was threatened by being shown the Zapruder film. And if you don't know what that is, that's a video where President JFK was assassinated. And as we've seen through CIA deathbed confessions recently, It was a CIA operation. There were operatives from the CIA involved, and basically JFK was attempting to put an end to what we're fighting today, the money and corruption in politics. And the deaths continue, the murders continue. Unfortunately, because it's gone on for so long, it has spread into every corner of our government. And the FBI agent who's been leaking information wrote that it is likely that this will end in one of three ways: civil war, other countries finding out what our government has been up to, including slave trade, wars, financing, illegal financing, giving weapons to foreign nations so they'll fight each other. I mean, this is crazy stuff. And unfortunately, it's the truth. I hear from other people online all the time that they, trying to explain to people that haven't been following so closely, that haven't been listening to what's happening out there in this country right now, in the world, that, that people tell them, like, you're crazy, go back to the nut house. Guess what? You are the ones that are awake. You are the ones that are paying attention, and that is what we need. People need to wake up and pay attention, because what we're witnessing right now is the downfall of our democracy. It is a coup. It is the end of America if we don't take action. Somehow, we have to remove all of our Congress, the presidents, our state representatives. They all have to go. I know the elections are coming up. We need a clean sweep of them all. Unfortunately, with elections being rigged as they are, up to 30% rigging, 33% rigging, and that's, rough estimates. Anything over 2% is considered election fraud, and we've got mathematicians coming up with numbers like 33%. Bernie Sanders won the primary in the DNC, as the WikiLeaks have shown. He was cheated. There was collusion with the DNC and the Hillary campaign. It's not that big of a shock. We've all of us paying attention have seen it. We need to get rid of all of these people. The third option the FBI agent said might be a possibility was if Donald Trump does win the election, he would have Hillary arrested. I don't agree with that. I believe Donald Trump is a pawn of Hillary's, just there to try and make her look better. I guess time will tell on that one. But we have serious problems facing this country. As I look on Facebook right now, I see an ad from the government: become a counter-terrorist agent. It says keep America safe, and it's got a picture of a SWAT guy with a canine puppy, and the puppy's all happy, and yeah, you're protecting your government, you're protecting the people, right? No. This is just another way of turning the government and the people against the other people. Right now, people aren't happy with the regular police and how things are being handled. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to have a counterterrorism agents. The terrorists are in Washington, not here. And they're going to hire you to watch other Americans. People like me who are here making videos to try and save our country. Try and wake people up to the corruption that's going on. And we have to act. Like I said, just reading Cliff Arnebeck's letters, you feel a sense of fear. I read it, and you can't help but have a sense of fear that how can things be this bad? People are being killed left and right. Our government is in the pockets of the Jewish state. It seems like a lot of foreign money is coming in from them. The Soros family is what I read. I don't have a second source on that, but I have heard about a lot of money coming in from the Jewish state. And it's just scary stuff. But, if we don't step up, if we don't fight back now, we're all kind of damned if we do, damned if we don't. Right now, chemtrails are still dumping chemicals all across the country. where fracking is reaching new heights thanks to Hillary and Obama. Climate change is devastating to the planet right now. It's no longer slow changes, slow planet corrections. We're facing serious problems day in and day out. Droughts, intense winters, to winters with no snow at all. Now, if you're in an area like I am, there's drought issues where we can have a couple of choices. Unfortunately, they're not good. We can die from climate change. We can die from Hillary and Karl Roves assassination squads. We can die in Hillary's wars if she's elected with Russia, which, nuclear weapons flying left and right, could be bad for us. So like I said, we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. So we really have to take action. We have to remove our elected officials because they're no longer our officials. They are the corporations' officials. They are the billionaires' officials, and they are foreign governments' officials. They are not officials of the people of the United States of America. As a study was just done by Harvard University, out of 47 democratic countries, we are the 47th country in election fraud. We are the worst country for election fraud right now. So when President Obama comes out and tells you that the primary, well, something might have happened, but we're not going to talk about it. But the general, there won't be any election fraud. You can count on the fact that there's going to be major election fraud. We've seen Hillary in action through every primary state, election fraud. In Massachusetts, election fraud. Charlie Baker has done nothing. The governor of Massachusetts, as far as I'm aware, has done nothing to put an end to this corruption. He's passing laws on taxi drivers or something like that. That was a big thing on the news that I saw, and I shake my head because I'm like, that's what you're focusing on? Come on, guy. Honestly, our governors, I'm trying to think of ways out of this. I hope all of you are as well. At this point, I don't know if we can even trust our governors. Otherwise, I would say have them call up the National Guard, and it's time to start rounding up the people in Washington. Clearly, they're all corrupt. The FBI agent whose letter I read, he said he's ready to take action, but they're all, it's kind of like, when is the people's revolution going to snap? When are people going to have enough? And people are going to start going after the people in Washington. I don't know if it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. I'm pretty fed up. I know as I follow people online and see how people are feeling, the anxiety is continuing to build. At some point, people are going to snap. We have to change this. Like I said, our lives depend on what happens. Our children's lives. That's, to me, the most important thing here. My 3 kids, I want them to have a future. And if we don't put an end to climate change and put an end to these wars, wars for oil, wars for profit, our children aren't going to have a planet, never mind a future. None of us will. We have to make serious changes, and they have to come now. A friend of mine and I, we're going to start putting together a web page for people who are interested in taking part in civil disobedience and taking real action. Stay tuned for more on that. We have to start forcing change. If you have a way of forcing change through civil disobedience and making a real change and impact on what is happening, I strongly suggest you take it. Everybody needs to stay safe out there, and just keep sharing information, keep helping each other. We have the elections coming up in November. No incumbents. We cannot vote incumbents. We have to vote in an entirely new Congress. We can't not vote. We can't vote for Hillary. We can't vote for Trump. We have to vote for Jill Stein, and because otherwise you're looking at the TPP and World War III. Either one of them will pass the TPP. which will enslave America. And you're going to continue to have chemtrails dumping chemicals on your head, which are punching holes through the ozone and causing cancer on the ground. Fracking that's destroying our land water, our drinking water. This is it, folks. It doesn't get more serious than this. We are at the end of the line here, and we have to take action. So please, stay safe, stay informed, and help each other. It's the only way we're going to get through this. Thank you. Once again, this is Josh Ford running for the U.S. Congress in Massachusetts. I look forward to your support, your vote, and hopefully changing the world for the better together.